Good afternoon, namaskar, vanakkam. How are you all doing? We are meeting after a long time. Hope you all are fit, healthy, and in pink of your health. So today we are going to talk about one of the most significant factor when it comes to health. Poops to be proud of. Ew, gross, right? But it's really important that we talk about it. So, what are the factors that we need to consider when we say we are in a healthy state of physical health as well as mental health? First things is, how should your poop be like? It should be well formed. It should come out really easy without any struggle in the morning. It should not stop halfway and bomb the pot, right? Suddenly, that is heavier, which is not recommended. And if it sinks to the bottom, right, it should ideally, if it sinks to the bottom, it should not mark up the pot or the commode, whatever you call it. It should not have oily or sleeky residues, as in when you flush it, it should just clear up and leave the pot clean. It should not leave the residues. It shows residues means fat absorption is not proper, and that is the marker. Next is, if you are having a floating poop that just refuses to go how many times you flush it. That kind is the one, it tells you have excessive wind inside the body and also intestinal overgrowth of bad bacteria. Sometimes it is also referred to as SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. Alright, so improper elimination, right? Improper elimination from the body. What all things it can lead up to. Now, this is really gross, but we need to understand this, we need to analyze this. Nobody has talked about this, so I thought I will take up this topic in my next video. When you are suffering with improper elimination and you have bloating, you have pain, abdominal pain or pain in the body because of improper digestion, it ultimately leads to obesity, and it is one of the biggest hindrance in terms of weight loss and fat loss. Now, I have little more gross questions to ask you. What if that poop in the toilet sits for a longer period of time? Ew, right? Exactly. So if that same poop is inside your body, can you imagine the level of toxicity it's giving to your body? Right. So think about it. So if you're not having poops that you can be proud of, your body is reabsorbing all the toxins that are supposed to be eliminated. Now, bad breath, impaired digestion, inflammation, sluggish feeling, acne, tiredness, fatigue throughout the day. These are some of the things that you can feel, and in terms your liver is taxed heavily because you are not eliminating properly. Thus, the liver is taxed and it cannot perform. It's one of the critical functions of fat metabolism. With this in mind, it will again be a hindrance in the path of weight loss or fat loss as we call it. So I would like to just note down the questions. What is the average bowel movement that you should have day? 1 is the minimum and 2 is the best. Okay. Is your bowel movement complete evacuation or incomplete evacuation, such that you feel there is still something left to be eliminated? Do you strain, that's like kind of a thing? Are your stools very hard? Does it smells too bad? Ideally it should not smell if you have digested the food properly. Is your stool light in color or very greasy, as I spoke about the fat metabolism? uh, do you also equally pass smelly wind when you poop? Does it resembles like a rabbit pellet? Rabbits leave that very small pellets. If anything of your poop resembles like that, it's not recommended. Do you experience often wind, bloating and abdominal pain during the time of poop? Do your stools float, which again I told you not a good marker? Do you experience diarrhea or loose stools sometimes? Or when you have your food, do you have the urgent sensation to use the washroom? Is it that urgent that you just cannot resist, you cannot control? So if it is happening sometimes, periodically, it's fine. It could be due to reasons like periodic stress or a transient parasite in your body which has just entered due to some bad food, some bad reactions, or maybe traveling or something like that, or from water, but which will just pass over the time and you will get again better, right? So if it is occasional, it's fine, you recover. But if it is chronic, it is a very, very serious matter for your health. Now, how to improve the stools? Now that we have talked gross, let's look at some easy solutions that can be done at Indian homes, right? Anybody can have access to good vegetables, I believe. And look out for the veggies that are available in your area. Now, here in Muscat, I source special vegetables like gongura, as they call it in Telugu, or ambadi as we call it in Marathi. Excellent laxative. You take my word, just eat it 3 or 4 times in a week. You're going to settle with your indigestion and constipation. Of course, there are many leaves like palak and all, but I vouch for ambadi here. You can include seeds like sabja seeds, flax seeds, tulsi seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. You can have them in your diet because they have lots of soluble fiber in them. They will help to give bulk to your stools and clear up the body very nicely. Next is, include fruits which have high fiber content in them. So instead of just being on the taste part of the fruit, try to check out which fruits have higher fiber in them, because that will also help to flush out well. Okay, next on my list is prunes and anjeer. So prunes, if you are not very familiar or not available easily in your place, anjeer, dried anjeer or fresh anjeer, both are fine, but anjeers are only available in the season. Anjeer is fig in English. So you can, the dried ones, you can just soak 2 in the night and have it as the first thing in the morning. One more addition could be black manuka. Just you can take 5 to 10 black manukas, black raisins. Raisin, it is called raisin, right, in English. So soak them overnight and have it as the first thing in the morning. So prunes, anjeer and black manukas in dry fruits are very good option to be included for constipated people. Throughout the day, what you can also do is the pudina, peppermint leaves ka, boil it in the water and you can sip on this tea throughout the day. It will also ease out the bloating and cramping and help you to pass the stools easily. Now, the most important point under consideration is the use of Indian toilet. I will say, if you have access to Indian toilet, please use Indian toilet, because squatting is the best position to eliminate poops and eliminate completely from your body. Although if there is some injury issues or problem with the knees, bad knees, or the Indian toilet is not available at all, please try to use a footstool underneath. That should also help to resolve problem to some extent. And sometimes, very rarely, when it is so difficult, you can opt for options like Kayam Churna, Gandharva Haritaki in the right proportion, of course. And please don't make it a habit for yourself. Your body should get used to eating natural food resources and then eliminate. Also, senna leaves supplement. So, who are outside India, probably in Middle East or US, if you get this senna leaves supplement, it is one of the best alternatives for constipation. So with this, I take your leave and I wish you a full and happy elimination every day. Namo Narayana.